And my tummy hurts. Can I have a Band-Aid?
Her aunt lifted her clothes to check and was instantly shocked.
Oh, that's a big boo-boo. Ruby, how did that happen?
The girl kept quiet, as if hiding some painful secret. That morning, little Ruby and her brother ate breakfast made by their nanny Lena as usual. But Lena just found out her long-awaited night concert might get canceled because Ruby's mom had last-minute plans. Her mood immediately soured.
Irina, he called me a name.
Being distracted was just one red flag. Ruby's mom was supposed to drive her to school, but her brother threw a fit, so Lena ended up taking her instead. Ruby's old bladder problem flared up again. Even with her mom nearby, Lena showed zero discretion.
I just put your tights back on.
She always does
Okay,
this.
everybody, just take her, Irina. Let's go. Go.
Once Ruby got to school, the school nurse quickly spotted a big bump on her head and bruises all over her body. It seemed the truth was obvious. Yet when the real culprit was exposed, everyone fell silent.
Henry said that. No.
Police got the call, and the Special Crimes Unit took over the case. Ruby said her injuries came from a fall, but when Vea asked if she fell by herself, she shook her head sadly. The name she gave next made Vea's heart race.
Can you tell me who you were with, sweetie?
The monster.
What did the monster do?
The monster pushed me, and then the monster told me to shut up.
Detectives interviewed Ruby's mother. She said besides her family of 4, only Nanny Lena lived in the house. She and her husband would never hurt their kids. Lena had mentioned Ruby acting strange before, but the mom brushed it off. When detectives asked why the son refused Lena's ride that morning, she suddenly recalled key details.
Irina's new. She started in November, and he wanted mommy.
Have you had any problems with her?
There's been some miscommunication about hours, and, I should tell you, she's illegal.
Detectives tracked down Lena, who was working a side gig at another home. Lena admitted Ruby fell. She said after Ruby spilled milk that morning, she sent the girl upstairs to change pants and went to the laundry room. When she came back, Ruby had tumbled down the stairs. Since Ruby said she was fine, Lena never told the mother. Lena felt guilty, yet she was furious at Henry's attitude.
Ruby and Henry, he didn't even hear Ruby cry. He was eating waffles, smiling, happy.
Their talk got cut short when the employer came home unexpectedly. Records showed Ruby had visited the year 4 times before for fractured bones and abuse-related injuries. All of them happened after Lena was hired. Oddly enough, the other family Lena worked for had 0 similar incidents. What raised detectives' suspicion was Ruby's parents never filed police reports, despite for abusive injuries.
What do we know about the family? Viola and Tom Messner, she's an Amex VP, he's a systems engineer with Amtrak, married 14 years, older son Henry's 10, no DV.
Given the parents' social status, there seemed no reason for them to harm their children. Yet the most reasonable-looking stories often hide the real truth. While detectives focused hard on the parents, the brothers suddenly became a critical witness. Henry told detectives Lena pushed Ruby down the stairs. It all started because Ruby stuck out her tongue at her. Henry swore he saw the whole thing with his own eyes. Could a silly face really trigger such rage? Then Henry dropped another damning piece of evidence.
That's what you saw, Henry. Like maybe it was an accident.
No, it wasn't. Irina told Ruby to shut up and then she pushed her. Saying shut up is not
Ruby
nice.
had mentioned a monster, warning her to stay quiet. Combined with Henry's innocent-looking demeanor, detectives thought they finally pieced together what happened. They searched the house and talked to neighbors. Neighbors confirmed Lena was always texting and seemed careless on the job. Surprisingly, they also pointed out this family went through nannies extremely often. Investigators found nothing unusual in the kids' bedrooms. But when they opened one of Henry's boxes, a pack of matches with scratched, less than unk greater than off matching heads caught their eyes. Nick felt a bad premonition. All these odd signs were clues left behind by the truth. Top priority was questioning Lena. If she was guilty, she should crack under pressure. But under interrogation, Lena insisted she was telling the truth. Running out of options, Ola brought up Henry's accusation. Lena's response triggered a shocking case twist nobody expected.
Henry told us he saw you push her.
Henry said that. No. He's a mean little boy. Ruby calls him the monster.
They now knew who Ruby's monster was. Lena had no way to know Ruby talked about a monster and staying silent. But Henry knew every single detail. Add Henry's cold reaction when Ruby fell downstairs, and he became the prime suspect. Detectives brought Henry in again. He still wouldn't confess. Yet his words and behavior screamed something was off.
You mean you think I'm a liar?
Maybe you get in trouble for hurting your sister?
You recording this?
Yes, so you won't have to answer the same questions again.
When shown surveillance footage, Henry went on full defense. His coldness was nothing like a normal kid. He even tried manipulating the detectives, using typical criminal logic to avoid blame. But he was not the only one who knew the truth. With gentle prompting from detectives, Ruby finally said Henry hurt her. All her old injuries came from him too. Ruby kept everything hidden out of love for her brother. Even at this moment, she still tried protecting him.
Did you ever tell your mom or your dad?
Can we stop? I don't want Henry to be in trouble. I love him.
Once he realized the truth was out, Henry's whole attitude shifted. His motives sent chills down everyone's spine.
I just don't like her. It was an experiment. I wanted to see if she'd roll all the way down or just stop. She rolled most of the way. Head over legs. She was on an angle, so she hit the landing and stopped.
Henry's coldness resembled a heartless beast. Detectives visited his school to figure out how to handle him. The situation there was far worse than imagined. Teachers said Henry attacked classmates and deliberately exploited rules to cause trouble. Henry already had severe psychological issues. His parents refused official diagnoses, fearing it would ruin his future. Some said if Henry grew up in an ordinary family, he would already have a criminal record. His parents' protection kept his record clean at the cost of other people getting hurt. If criminal punishment was off the table, he at least needed professional mental treatment. After talking to the parents, detectives realized it wouldn't be that simple.
Absolutely not. I don't want Henry turning into one of those drug-controlled robots. Tell him about the lithium.
Yeah, he gained weight and he was puffy and blank behind.
Forget therapy. Henry's father refused even basic medication. He threatened to hire lawyers and fight them every step. In his view, spending more quality time with his son would fix everything. Before that plan could start, Henry taught his father a brutal lesson. That night, his mom tried comforting Henry as she tried ending their talk. The polite-sounding boy instantly changed.
Let's talk more in the morning. It's past bedtime.
But I'm not tired.
Henry, it's late.
I said I'm not tired.
Lie down and I'm gonna give you kisses.
I said no.
Shocked, the mother still believed she could control Henry. She reached out while asking him to hand over the knife. Vea couldn't believe how fast reality struck. This was not the first time Henry had assaulted his mom. Even so, she kept covering for him. Blaming herself, she insisted Henry was a good-hearted boy. She failed to see her unconditional. Love was enabling violence. Soon reality shattered the mother's denial. She broke down and said she thought tolerance could calm Henry's rage. She poured all her love onto him, yet got nothing back. Henry seemed incapable of human feelings, and she blamed herself constantly. The mother's biggest delusion was believing love could save her son. In truth, she was the one who needed savings.
He's right. Sometimes I do. I hate him. God, my own child.
Meanwhile, Amanda returned to their home and witnessed Henry's true danger. The father tried disciplining Henry his own way, which quickly turned into angry yelling. But Henry's rage outmatched his. In the end, the father backed down. This kind of surrender happened often, and that's why Henry felt untouchable. What truly shocked Amanda, after the father took Ruby away, Henry stayed behind. The dad still saw only a little boy. Henry, however, held zero respect for him.
You want to talk, Henry?
Can I hold your gun?
You think that's a good idea?
I've never held a gun before. You're really pretty.
Such arrogance from a child blew Amanda's mind, and Henry was far more dangerous than anyone realized. Detectives brought in a psychologist to properly evaluate him. Henry kept up fake politeness during the meeting, but his eyes showed nothing but contempt. The expert pulled out toys to lower his guard and run assessments. Once roll less than unk greater than play started. Henry shocked the psychologist.
Right, like playing with your Legos. So Caveman is playing with Spiky Alien's Legos and...
Now he's dead. He can't do anything I don't like anymore.
The expert delivered his conclusion. Henry's condition was extremely serious. He barely had the ability to feel emotions. He could not understand other people's feelings and lacked empathy entirely. Most dangerous of all was his overwhelming need for control. This profile usually came from abuse or neglect. Yet Henry appeared to be born with this psychological disorder. The expert had only seen one similar case before, a serial criminal. Detectives met Henry's parents, begging them to commit him to professional care. The psychologist warned there was no full cure. Treatment could only manage his behavior. The father hated the idea of losing his son's freedom. Eventually, the mother faced reality and convinced her husband, but they were already too late. Back at the police station, Vea got an urgent phone call. Henry had set his bedroom on fire and tied Ruby up. He used those matches.
Hi, it's Henry. I'm really worried about Ruby. There's a lot of smoke.
Where are your parents, Henry?
My dad's at work and I locked my mom in the laundry room. She yelled at me to call 911, but I wanted to tell you.
We're on our way, all right? We gotta go.
Firefighters arrived fast and rescued Ruby and her mom. After learning he would be sent away, Henry completely snapped. He trapped his mom in the laundry room with a chair, then lit the house on fire. Afterwards, he went over to his neighbor friend's house. Detectives rushed over. The father still thought the two kids were just playing. When they kicked open the door, no one was there.
That's weird.
Did you hear them leave?
Dad!
Toby. Toby. Jeez, are you okay?
Toby, where's Henry?
He was hurting Snowball.
That's our dog.
Henry had drowned the family dog in the bathtub. Worse, he tricked his friend and stole the neighbor father's service pistol. Everything spiraled completely out of control. Officers evacuated the whole apartment building. Nick found Henry at the playground. He was holding another child hostage. Luckily, the kid didn't understand how much danger he was in, giving detectives room to negotiate. Nick tried calming Henry down, asking him to release the boy. Vea quietly moved into position. Nick underestimated Henry's hunger for control.
His mom, she's worried.
Can I hold your gun?
Maybe. You know, we could talk about it if we let Sam get back to his mom.
We're coming out.
He's coming out.
You stay, she goes.
Henry wanted Nick's service gun in exchange for the hostage boy. That's why he gave orders when he spotted Vea. Henry claimed he had already called the police before running away. Nick played along to keep him calm. Seconds later, Henry demanded Nick's gun again. Nick kept negotiating, but that only angered Henry further. He pressured Nick with chilling maturity far beyond his age. His urge to dominate was nothing a normal child would have. Realizing how grave things were, Nick handed over the gun. Yet he had disabled it beforehand. That precaution only enraged Henry even more.
Hey, put your gun down. You can take mine.
Nick?
I got you, Henry.
Nick?
We're good.
I'll kill him! I go!
Even after Nick gave him the pistol, Henry pulled the trigger. Luckily, Nick wore body armor as standard protocol. Henry finally confessed to everything. He stayed terrifyingly calm the whole time. He said tying up his sister and staging an accident was just to test whether she would melt. His cold cruelty cut deep into his mother's heart.
I can't listen to anymore.
What happens now?
Your son tried to kill his sister. He shot a cop.
He's not going home.
Henry's actions crossed every legal line. The last chance given to him was thrown away by his own hands. Chances are meant to be cherished, not tools to test the law. Laws don't only punish after harm is done. They tell everyone every action has consequences. Justice may move slow, but it never spares anyone because of age or status.